Hi, and welcome back to yoga. My name's Shannon. Thank you for joining me. We're here in sunny South Florida in my home studio. Do always remember to listen to your body, check in throughout the practice, notice what you're feeling, and if your body's telling you that anything is too much, please do listen to your body. Remember that it knows best. Close your eyes. And as you breathe out, bring your attention to the space in the center of your forehead. Feel the breath flow in through your nostrils and out through your nose or mouth, whatever is more comfortable. Keep your attention softly focused on the center of your forehead. Now continue noticing your breath flowing in and out as you shift your attention to the space around your heart. Notice how your heart space feels, what's going on in your chest and upper back and shoulder socket. Are you carrying the weight of the world around on your shoulders today? If so, take a deep breath in. And on your next out breath, let go. Let your elbows get closer to your thighs. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Let the sides of your neck relax from your earlobes to your collarbone. Take a few more slow, deep breaths here, just pausing to feel the chest and heart and upper back. And shedding tension with each exhalation. Now begin to shift your attention and awareness into the space below your navel, into that lower belly and low back area. Notice if you feel any breath or movement or life in that part of the body or not. And see if on your next inhalation you can send gentle tendrils of oxygen down into the lower belly and low back without any force or strain. Now bring your attention to the tailbone and the crown of the head and notice these two poles of the spine as you breathe. As you're ready, switch the crossing of your legs so the other leg is in front or on top. And remember, you can always sit up on a block or blanket with one or both knees extended or partially bent, just whatever you need to do. If you have a cranky hip or knee and you have to open one up, that's always fine. Right arm out and up, deep breath in, and we're gonna side stretch. So just know it's always okay to straighten a knee, to sit on a block, to put a block under your hand. Take any little accommodations that make you feel more safe and comfortable. Take one more deep breath here, softening through your chest and shoulders and upper back. And then inhale up, pushing the ground away. And as you exhale, come over to the other side. You can look up if it feels nice and breathe into that left lung, feeling the left side of the rib cage expand with your in-breath and soften with your out-breath. Or you can play with gently moving your head around if that feels nice. Letting your body be your guide. And when you feel ready, push the ground away, reach through the top hand. You're going to open up the chest and heart space, hands or fists behind you, maybe supporting yourself from behind with the block if that feels best. Or whatever you have handy, maybe a sturdy box that you haven't opened yet, just not a soft one or one that's filled with air that might collapse on you. Breathe into your chest and upper back. Chin can lift. If that feels too stressful for your neck or back, you can keep your chin level or lowered as you lift through the chest and breathe into this space. more deep breath. And then release. Open your arms up, shoulder high, deep breath in. We're going to twist. Right hand behind you, left hand over to the right leg. Breathe. Slow, deep breaths. And then inhale through center, reach up through your head, out through your hands, and exhale, twist the other way. And breathe. As you're ready, unwind. If you have the block, you can remove it under your bottom or a folded up blanket or quilt, whatever you have that might work for you at home. And then take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lean back and round. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale and round. Let's try 2 more. Breathe in. And out. 1 more deep breath. As you pull forward, just go where it's safe. Maybe that's just a straight spine. Maybe it's just chest forward. Maybe it's chin up. Just experiment little by little by little and see where your body tells you, whoa, that's enough for today. And then listen. As you're ready, lengthen out your legs. Give your knees a little bounce. Feet a little rock. Take them wider and go in and out and in. Beautiful. Start to bring the right leg into your chest. Hug your shin or thigh and rock gently left and right. Keep breathing. If it's safe, we're going to start to guide the right foot over to the left hand, forearm or elbow, just wherever we can safely and comfortably go today, and rock your baby. Breathe out. Take another breath or 2 here. And as you're ready, we're going to start to guide the right foot over towards the left hip. If we can, outside the left hip and onto the mat. Holding onto your right shin or thigh, just wherever you can reach. Start to lengthen up hips to head. Try to keep the right hip and right foot down to the best of your ability, and we're going to twist across the body. Left hand to the right leg, right hand behind your back. If you just feel like you can't quite reach, it's fine to grab a block or a little blanket or pillow and put that under the right foot so you have a little more height. And if you're not comfortable with the foot down, it's fine to flex a little bit if that feels more comfortable. Just make sure you stay relaxed. If you can, maybe pulling in would be better. So just kind of play with it. If you can't pull in, don't feel like you should or you have to. 1 more deep, expansive breath. Let go. And we're going to unwind and switch sides. You can bounce and rock if you like and just kind of wiggle any tension out that might have built up. As you're ready, bring the left leg in. Hug your shin or thigh and just rock side to side and breathe. Just be mindful of that right knee. Take another breath or 2 here. And as you're ready, we're going to start to see about bringing that left foot over. So maybe for some of us it goes into the elbow. Mine does now, but it didn't used to. Forearm kind of halfway between the wrist and elbow could be a possibility. Or you might just barely wrap your fingertips around the edge. That's fine. Do what you can do and rock and breathe. And if you can't quite reach that, there's always a way. You could take a little strap and you could loop your foot into the strap and just hold that. We're just looking for movement in the hip joint. Knee and ankle perhaps as well, but we're just moving the joints a little bit, seeing what's going on in the inner thigh, seeing what's going on in the hip and knee, noticing where we're tight, where we're stiff, where it's painful, if there's pain. And when you're ready, we're going to guide across the body, outside that right hip and thigh. So if you wanted to prop up the left foot, if you're comfortable, if you don't quite reach, and you feel like you're stressed out, kind of hanging in space, you might have a little throw pillow or something you could tuck under the foot that might make you feel more comfortable. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, twist. Just going where it's safe to go. Those of you that have open bodies or have been practicing a bit longer, you might be comfortable in your bind with that upper arm outside the thigh. So just modify up or down as your body sees best, moment to moment, breath to breath. And again, if you don't quite reach behind, you can always prop up behind the back with a little block or pillow as well. When you're ready, unwind to the front, lengthen. You can bounce, rock, wiggle, whatever's good. And we're gonna find our way onto the belly. So I know some of you like a more active practice, if you wanna come into your plank and hover and hold, maybe mix in a couple of push-ups, perhaps even come to the tips of the big toes and into your Chaturanga Dandasana and hover for 3 breaths or 5 breaths with your heart above the floor. If you want to play with any of that, feel free. If that's way too much, just come onto your belly, tuck your toes, rock left and right, relax your hips and back, and we're going to meet up in just a moment. If you have a low back issue, maybe you want to bring the toes up and the head down, cross your ankles and shins, and try a rear windshield wiper with your armpits dropping down towards the ground. So just play with any variations that are safe and comfortable for you and your body. And when you're ready, we're going to try some little cobra push-ups. So if you have any low back issues, you might want to stay here and rock your feet gently and just rest and relax. If it's safe, we're going to bring hands or fists under the shoulders, forehead to the mat, elbows pull in towards each other behind your back and down towards the bottom and heels. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, pull the space below your belly button in and up. Start to push into the tops of the feet, push into the tops of your thighs, lengthen through the chest and head, and lift up. Inhale all the way down. Exhale and press up. Elbows pull in and down, lower bellies in. Inhale, lengthen down. Exhale, press up. We'll try 2 more cobra push-ups if you can. Breathe in, breathe out. If your head needs to rest in the middle, let it rest. Breathe in, breathe out. If 5 is too many, just do 1 or 2 and then rest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, stretch out, surrendering your head, your chest, your elbows, your armpits, all towards the floor. Send breath into the back sides of your lungs. Let go of what you've been holding on to. Take 1 more slow, deep cleansing breath here. Let go. Inhale first. Exhale, gently clawing the mat, pulling in and up below the belly button, arch forward. And then inhale back and exhale down. Breathe in and out, coming forward and up. Inhale back, exhale down. 1 more time, deep breath in, exhale, arch forward and up. Inhale back, exhale down. Take 1 more deep breath in child's pose. Let go. Let go in the shoulders. Let go in the chest. Let go in the arms and head. And then gently start to find your way up to seated. Beautiful. So we're going to take both feet off to the left. Right foot in front of the left thigh, if that's a yes. Take a deep breath in as you start to reach up from your right hip through the top of your head. And as you breathe out, start to sweep the right hand around behind you wherever it can go. If you feel like you can't reach, grab your block for support. We're going to bring the left hand around in front of the right thigh if we can. And again, inhale, softly reach up, hips to head. Be mindful of your low back, especially on the right side. And as you breathe out, if it's safe, gently rotate over the right shoulder. If this is too much pressure, inhale, back off to the front. Maybe look over your left shoulder. And then exhale, slowly, gently start to play with the twist. So you can hold the twist or you can play with inhale back out and exhale spiral in. And we'll hold for another breath or two or gently wiggle and move. Last deep breath in and out. So just slowly unwind. And we're going to see if we can reverse the feet to the other side of the mat. So some of you can float your hands up, engage below your belly button, float your knees in and up and over to the other side. So if that's way too much, just use your hands to help you on the thighs or shins. Work your way around. You can always use a little footstool or a wall or chair or couch, whatever you might have handy to help support your movement. We're going to see if we can move this right leg back a little bit so that the right thigh is behind the left foot if possible. If you like your block, get it set up on the left side. Take a breath in as you reach up, left hip to head, and as you breathe out, we're going to start to twist. Right hand over to the left thigh and left hand behind your back wherever it's safe to go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel your body breathing. You can hold or gently play with moving around a little bit. Maybe it's not all the way to the front and the back. Maybe it's just a little tiny movement. Kind of halfway forward and then back. 2 more deep breaths, whatever you choose. Knowing there's no right answer. There's just what's right for your body in this moment. And we're all different. So what might be right for me or your neighbor or somebody that's been practicing for 20 years would not typically be the same thing that's right for a beginner. Because we're all on our own path and our own journey, seeing what the body says to us moment to moment, day to day. If you want to roll like a ball and that's safe and comfortable, you can roll like a ball. If you'd rather gently, slowly work your way down, hands hovering, that's option B, vertebra by vertebra until your head touches down. Option C is to hold onto your thighs and find your way back. And then option D would be to use the hands and elbows. So whatever's working for you, find your way down. Once you get there, stretch out fingers to toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hug the right leg into your chest, flex the left foot. Take a deep breath in. Start to twist across your body. Right knee to the left, head to the right. So that right hip is up. And we're getting some nice length from the right knee all the way to the right middle finger. Inflate your right lung with your in-breath. Let everything go. Feel the breath flow through the right side of your body, into the right lung, into the right shoulder. Feel that right upper arm, perhaps. The wave of expansion that flows out from the in-breath. And then the wave of surrender and letting go with the out-breath. Maybe one more deep, compassionate breath into your right lung. Soften through the shoulders as you let go. And as we unwind, hug the right leg in, give it a little squeeze, shin or thigh. And then one more time, stretch out if you can, fingers to toes, deep breath in, level out your hips on the mat. Exhale, hug your left leg in and squeeze, shin or thigh. Take a deep breath in and twist across your body, knee to the right, head to the left, and breathe. Gently, slowly unwind. This time stretch out fingers to heels, deep breath in. Soften for a moment, pause and feel your body. Let your shoulder blades drop down your back away from your ears. And we're going to try one of my favorite yin stretches, Bananasana. It's because we're shaped like a banana. And it's a great lengthening for the whole side of the body, like from the pinky finger to the pinky toe. So we're going to take the both feet off the right side of your mat. Heels off to the right, and then push into your heels and gently shift your hips off to the right some more. We're going to lengthen the legs back out, so heels are down, hips are down, bottom and thighs are down. Now take a deep breath in, and if you can, we're going to shift the hands over to the right, and then push into the hands and move your head. And one more time, move the head and hands off to the right. So we're shaped like a C or a banana off to the right, so the left side is nice and long because your hands and feet are both off to the right side of your mat. Now, sometimes we have a tendency to want to roll up here. We don't want the left hip or shoulder rolled up off the mat. We want the left heel, left calf, left thigh, left hip, left shoulder, and if possible, left arm down. If it doesn't touch, don't force it. If you need to support your upper arms with a little pillow or something, you can. Start to breathe into your left lung. If it's nice to gently, very gently, pull on the left hand with the right, either above or below the wrist. Some of us enjoy that, some of us it's too much pressure for. Take one more slow, deep breath into your left lung. And then gently, slowly start to find your way back into the center. Feet into the center, push into your feet and move your hips. Move your head and hands one at a time or together, back into center. And when you get there, just pause and breathe. I know for some of us that's a lot of work. Take another breath or two, just feeling your body. Feel the left side, feel the right side. Notice any difference. Notice if it feels good or bad. Make sure we did not overdo. If it feels good, we'll try the other side. Of course, if it feels bad, don't do the other side. So if you can, heels off to the left edge of your mat, and then push into the heels and move the hips and lengthen the legs again. Start to move your head and hands either individually or together off to the left. So we're shaped like our little banana or C off to the left side now. Try not to roll that right shoulder and hip off the mat. Try to keep the right hip and heel, maybe even the right elbow down, but don't force it down if it doesn't touch. We just want some nice length down the whole right side of the body. If you like to gently pull on the right hand above or below the wrist with the left, you can or not. See what your body says yes to. Breathe into your right lung. Gently expand the space in between the ribs on the right side as you fill up with oxygen. And then let go. Heavy right shoulder, heavy right leg, heavy right rib cage. And we're going to work our way back into the center. And once you get there, we're going to come into reclined cobbler's pose. So take a moment to tuck your tailbone under, lengthen out your low back, heel toe your feet together, and let your knees fall open with your palms up and your shoulders down. If this is a lot of pressure for your hips and knees and inner thighs, then you can grab some little blankets or blocks or whatever you have handy and prop up the hips and thighs and knees so they're more supported. Feel your body breathing. Begin to send your attention further and further and further inside yourself. Allowing outside distractions to fade into the background. Knowing there are many things in this life that we cannot control, but where we choose to place our attention is indeed one of those things. If it's safe and comfortable, we'll stay for another breath or two. And as you're ready, begin to lengthen your legs out. You could bring the knees together first or just lengthen out. Your body knows what's good. Start to spread your toes and circle your ankles, feeling your toes and feet and calves and knees and thighs. Let your toes rock in and out like a little massage for the backs of your legs, and then fall open. Shoulder blades roll down your back away from your ears. Spread all 10 fingers apart. Take a deep breath in and let out an audible sigh. Nothing more to do or be for the next few minutes. Just who and what you already are. Perfect, complete, and more than enough. So just making that time and space to be a human being, not a human doing. Again, shifting your attention further and further inside yourself. Gently begin to return your attention to the present moment. Take a deep breath and let it all go. Start to wiggle just the tips of your fingers and toes, and let your head begin to turn to one side and then the other. Breathe deeply as you turn the palms down and up, and flex the feet and circle your ankles. On your inhale, sweep your right arm overhead. On your exhale, roll onto your right side. Curl up into the fetal position and rest there briefly, just feeling your body breathing. And gently, slowly begin to guide your way up to seated. Eyes closed if you can. Hands together in front of your heart. Pause here to feel your body breathing once more. Take time to pause in gratitude for your practice, for carving out this time for yourself. And to notice the way that you feel now versus the way that you felt when you got started. Namaste.